Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade, and it's hard not to feel small and puny next to one of the greats to ever do the game of boxing, the man himself, Evander Holyfield. Evander, this movie, Champs, I was just talking to Burt Marcus, the director, and it's a fascinating look into both your life as well as Mike Tyson's, as well as Bernard's. And we get to see both you in the ring, but also out of the ring, where you guys came from, where you guys went, and where you guys are. Talk to me about telling your story and also seeing the stories told of these other two guys.
I guess the answer was you're trying to motivate other people, trying to let people know that getting up there, you're going to have some situation. Coming down, you're going to have a situation. And so whatever decision you make, you're going to have some situation, and you just have to make some adjustments.
Boxing is such a tricky game, and one of the things that I love about this documentary is we get to see the business of boxing, and it's a hard business and a corrupt business, and there's a lot going on. Talk to me about telling the story about what's going on in the business of boxing.
Well, it's always some good things. It's always some bad. I'm in life. That's good people. That's bad people. Either way it goes, it's all depend on who your parents are, pretty much, because because of what I went through, my son probably won't have to go through it because I can tell him. See, but I'm the first one in my family that ever made what I made, and it did as well as I did. And so, of course, it's a learning curve. But for each generation, it's supposed to get better, and about the decision that you make, and but it takes faith to be successful, and because of my belief in Christ, this is the reason I was able to make it.
One of the things I love is obviously you and Mike. There was an extreme rivalry down. Now you're friends. Talk to me about that friendship and the relationship with Mike years later.
Well, I guess when you look at it, Mike and I, we were both on the losing squad, trying to make the Olympic team. Mike and I trained real hard, and I got an opportunity to see some things that other people didn't see. Now, you had a lot of people say, Mike is not really a good fighter, he's just a slugger. Mike is an excellent fighter. Mike really trained real hard. And I can see where when he got successful, he started changing. But when you change, your style tend to change as well. Mike used to have Kevin Rooney, then he let Kevin Rooney go. But Kevin Rooney was the guy that had Mike fighting a different style, couldn't nobody catch on to it.
He was unbelievable.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but once you make that change, then he became ordinary like everybody else fighting. Because the trainers that he trained everybody else the same way. So he's on the same cadence. So which tend to make Mike a little easier to deal with than he probably would have been with Kevin Rooney.
One of the things that I love, especially with your career, Evander, it was a long career. How were you able to keep it going so long and to be at the top of your game for so many years? Because in a sport where, physically, there's probably not a more demanding sport than what boxing is. How were you able to keep it going so long?
Well, it's, my belief and what my faith was, I was a Christian, and I believe that you have to submit yourself to authority. You have to make the adjustment. It's the respect that you give everybody. I realized I couldn't be no more than a man, regardless to how successful I achieved. I realized that I have to treat you like I want you to treat me. And so the respect that I gave people, and sometimes people take it for granted. And so Mike and I, we were different in that aspect. But anytime something happened, I was always able to make recovery because the people that I respect will always come back and show their respect and pull you up.
What's next for you?
Well, I look forward. I got a new company, Team Holyfield, new people, and we looking forward and being successful. It's always a way to win, and as long as you can pretty much keep that attitude, it determines how high you get.
Congratulations.